Hey everyone, Pupsker here. Today in Warframe, we're going over the Laetum. It's one of the newest Incarnon weapons that have come in Angels of the Zariman. So I am deeming this new secondary pretty much as the best secondary in Warframe now. It's really high damage. In its Incarnon form, it has AoE, it shoots insanely fast, and it can kill pretty much anything instantaneously. So we'll go over why that is, and how exactly this one weapon can just do such an ungodly amount of damage. So as always, if you like the video, remember to support the channel via subscribing, liking, commenting below, or checking out social medias like Twitch, or of course using Epic Game Store creator code Pupsker. So the Laetum is overall a decent weapon. Stats-wise, it's nothing amazing, but nothing terrible. It starts off 22% crit chance, 2.2 times crit multiplier, and 22% status. Okay, not terrible. 160 total damage with the main status being slash and then impact. Okay, you know what? Not terrible, right? It's a secondary pistol, shoots kind of fast, has like a magazine of 12, right? Not terrible. All of the gameplay footage in the background, of course, is going to be using the Laetum weapon, and as you can see, it turns into a literal god tier weapon once it goes into its evolved Incarnon form. If you didn't know about the Incarnon weapons, their shtick is get headshots with the guns, evolve the gun into its Incarnon form, and then the gun goes god mode. So the Laetum's Incarnon form is a AoE rifle, essentially. It turns it into a secondary to a primary AoE rifle. Pretty much just a steroided Exceltra, right? Think of it like that. Way better damage than the Exceltra. Insanely high fast shooting and fire rate. Oh my god, it is actually just crazy. Annoying part is you can't increase the amount of like ammo in Incarnon form or boost it by using magazine capacity, stuff like that, but oh well. So as you've been seeing, all of the footage in the background is either Laetum, me using it as a single fire, or me using it in the Incarnon form. I think I probably would have gone in solo just to show it off a little better, but that is the way that gun works. So we're going to take a look at all of the Incarnon form evolutions of the Laetum to see exactly why it's so good. So if we take a look here, the very first evolution, headshots charge Incarnon transmutation, yep, alt fire transmute. Switching back will expend any remaining charge. So obviously get headshots, use your alt fire to turn this into an Incarnon form, words are hard, and then you just start absolutely killing everything. If you want to like see the stats on this overall, you know, not bad, could be way better. There is a reason why the crit chance is so low, and I'll go over that later. For the secondary evolution, you have minus weapon recoil, which actually isn't too bad to make it easier to get headshots so that you can pop right into Incarnon form. 20% fire rate, which is insane once you actually pop on Incarnon form, so you actually don't really need a ton of any extra fire rate off this, but you can have some if you want. And then plus 50% movement speed when aiming. I myself would never choose that, but hey, you can if you want to. Evolution 3 gains 60% ammo efficiency while aim gliding and sliding, 30% magazine reload a second when holstered, or 30% reload speed for 12 seconds stacks up to 3 times. Now this one I would say is just up to personal preference. All of them are decent enough depending on your type of playstyle. I purely went with Feather of Justice just cause I don't know if I'll be aiming or like floating around shooting to get some headshots, but this one is the least important to me purely because after like 3 headshots, I plan on using Incarnon form anyways, so it doesn't really matter too much. You do reload a bunch though, so it might not be a terrible idea to pick this one up. It really depends on how you want to play though. Either way, this is the one that I personally don't really care about. Now, Evolution 4, this one is spicy. Plus status chance, minus crit chance, right? You may think there's a reason for this, and oh boy, there is. Usually you would look at this and be like, I hate it, but it's good because of the 5th evolution. You also have headshots build 50% more Incarnon transmutation charge, seemingly not terrible, or plus 50% headshot damage. Now, I would pick this if I was a god at sniping headshots, but oh no. This one is the best to take purely because of Evolution 5. 50% chance to deal plus 2,000, you've read that right, 2,000% damage on non-critical hits. So with the reduced 10% crit chance, you have 12% crit chance, meaning most of your shots have a 50% chance to do 2,000 damage. So you can pretty much think of this one, if you want to reduce it more, to a constant, let's say 900% damage boost. I believe this 2,000% damage is multiplicative, meaning that this is a separate multiplier to your damage from all other multipliers. So it'll just keep multiplying, and that is why Warframe damage numbers are insane. There is also plus 40% ammo efficiency for 6 seconds. You'd actually be literally crazy to pick that, but hey, you do you. And it's on headshot, so not even that. But there's also overwhelming attrition, which isn't terrible, but isn't great, purely because I believe this one is additive damage that stacks on top of regular damage instead of this, which is a different damage multiplier number. Either way, both are good, but this one, I believe because of that, will add more damage overall. But the final one on this one is on hit that is neither critical nor applies a status effect plus 400% damage for 20 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. If this was multiplicative and worked the exact same way devouring attrition would, this overall would be better since it would just be constantly for 20 seconds, 1200% damage. But since this one is apparently multiplicative and this one is an additive damage number, this one wins out. Either way, you do you. This gun does such an insane amount of damage that it just doesn't even matter, right? So that is the current build going on top of this boy. And let's take a look at what my arsenal has for the current setup on the Laetum. The idea behind this is, oh my, do I just want more damage? Before I had Galvanized Shot over Augur Pact, but I realized like since it is AoE, since it adds on more damage based on that 2,000 multiplier, I just thought I'd stick with the 90% damage on this to add even more AoE damage. So this is currently my general 5 Forma Laetum build. This one is my complete build. I plan on really never changing this because I just don't see why I would. Galvanized Diffusion for a ton of multi-shot, Primed Fulmination so that I can get some sweet extra AoE on that radial. Even if it is a small, I think 2 meter, radial, I still want a little bit more AoE, so why not? There's nothing that I find really would be better other than Primed Fulmination. I could throw on Magnum Force over Augur Pact, but I kind of want that accuracy, and I need more room in the end. But that's my current build. You have Lethal Torrent for fire rate and multi-shot. This is legitimately the only actual fire rate mod you need on this. That's why I was talking about earlier, that one Evolution fire rate might be a better idea to take less weapon recoil, but that's up to you, of course. Deep Freeze for cold damage and status, because we're going generally viral heat as... this is Warframe, I just go viral heat for everything, I just don't care anymore, right? Hornet Strike for just more damage, Augur Pact, again, more damage, and the nice thing about Augur Pact is it's an Augur mod, so that whole energy spent converted to shields, right? It's nice. Pistol Pestilence for toxic damage, and Primed Heated Charge for, oh my, so much damage. Of course, Secondary Merciless, as I always try to throw on the Merciless mod for just more damage. And if you wanted for, I guess, an Exilus mod, I would just choose Steady Hands on this one. I don't think there's anything else that would be good on this, and it seems like Steady Hands is kind of made for the Laetum, so once you actually manage to throw on Steady Hands, you'll probably be good to go, but I'm just not going to bother. I don't really need it. So that is my general build on the Laetum. Choose and swap out things however you want, but oh my god, is this weapon just too insane. Like, it is without a doubt in my mind, like the best secondary weapon now in Warframe for just AoE destruction damage, and straight up because of that 2000% damage increase, it just is willing to hit such insanely high numbers. I pretty much instant kill any Steel Path Angel of the Zariman anytime with this, so it's a little stupidly strong without a doubt, and I think everyone in the game is aware of it. The first primary weapon is still strong, but compared to this one, it's not as strong, okay? But I'm just going to say it again. Pick up the Laetum if you're completing or running Angels of the Zariman, if you have the area unlocked so you can get the Incarnon form. Oh my, is it just too good. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and it's one of the only ones that I was willing to throw 5 Forma into to make it such a beast. Even the primary, it's cool, but it's not as good. Only willing to throw in like a handful of Forma on that. So pick it up, take a look. It's insanely high fire rate, decent AoE, and insanely high damage once you throw Forma in there and get the Incarnon form up. So as always, check out any of my other content, comment down below if you want to, you know, pick up the Laetum. Yeah, just support the channel. You can check out any of my random socials and use Epic Game Store creator code Pupsker as always. So thank you for watching this video. This was the Laetum, the newest, strongest secondary in Warframe. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.